Hi, everyone, and welcome to Behind the Scenes, the Science and Art of Project Implementation. I'm Mary Vale Weir. I'm a director here in the Programs and Grants team at the New Hanover Community Endowment. This is a series of short conversational webinars that demystify the evolving grant making process here at the Endowment. They outline three phases of grant making: the initial or preparation phase, the implementation phase, and the post-implementation phase of grant making. This is the implementation phase webinar. So your grant got awarded. Now what? First of all, let's celebrate, because if you watch the implementation phase, you know a ton of work went into getting that grant ready and moving it through the process. And so it's time to celebrate and to think ahead to the wonderful goals and outcomes we're going to achieve together through this grant for a project or program. And so just want to talk a little bit about what the endowment will be doing during this time and what the grantee partner will be doing this time. And of course, our grantee partners will be doing a lot of heavy lifting to implement that grant. So the endowment will be preparing award documentation. There's quite a bit of documentation that goes along with awards. We talk about milestones, outcomes, reporting requirements, and payment schedules. We advise the partner and the community of the award. We finalize our grant agreements together, and we meet with the grantee or any other partners to sort of level set how we're going to kick this off and how we're going to start this project. We're going to throughout be evaluating progress, the progress that we hope to achieve when we did all of our homework up front in the preparation phase. We're going to offer continuous support and resources to help mitigate any obstacles that we might encounter as we go through these projects and programs together, and amend grant terms based on that learning that we're both undertaking in this process. We might have to lengthen a grant term. We might have to change the way that something gets done, so that we can move towards that big, bold goal that we are trying to achieve. And we will continue to walk alongside our grantee partners throughout the grant process, so that we can be helpful in terms of achieving those goals. And then as we move towards the end of the project, or actually really early in the project, we should start talking about sustainability plans if we think this is something worth continuing in our community here in New Hanover County. So that is the work of the endowments, network officers, and directors in the programs and grants team while a grant is underway. Our grantee partners will really be carrying a load, obviously, but celebrate your success, because getting grants hard. It's not easy for anyone ever. It's a tough process, and congratulations. But you need to review and approve the award documentation, any special conditions, reporting requirements. Just make sure your compliance is achievable. Let's have those conversations up front. If you look at it and think something's changed in your organization or in the community, and maybe we need to revisit the terms, or we need to set some more interim goals, we can do that. Let's work together to do that, because again, what we want is programmatic success. We might have a project kickoff and engage the stakeholders for a grantee partner. We might develop memorandums of understanding so that everybody understands what their role is in this project or program. We ensure our process and resources support the project. Do we have the documentation, staffing, communications, data collection tools? So important. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Training, the budget processes, and everything that we need to support this project or program that is funded by this grant. Something that's really important to think about as a grantee is how are we tracking our progress and our deliverables, and how are we reporting? No matter what kind of grant that you get through the endowment, you will always have to do reporting. And that really is a great way to shine the light on all of your fabulous achievements and any challenges or opportunities that you have. That is the grantee talking to us about how things are going and what might be needed in the future. So those reports are not just a sort of clerical to do. They're an ongoing communication with us to help us think forward in terms of how are we going to either continue this work or change it or discontinue it if that's needed. So those reports are really important to us here at the Endowment. You're going to be evaluating your success and adjusting the project as necessary. And you too are going to begin working on sustainability plans, but we love to be a thought partner with you in that process. So I use this little graphic here because the endowment team is going to be our circling border collie to support you, try and help you keep the partners and project together, to be a thought partner with you in achieving all the great goals and outcomes that you proposed in your project. And of course, as a grantee partner, you're going to be doing a lot of the shifting and hard work in terms of lifting that project up and moving it forward throughout the implementation. Next up is our wrap up. What is our post-implementation phase? Thank you so much for all that you do to promote the health and resiliency of our community here in New Hanover County. And I look forward to seeing you on the next webinar.